Hey guys, Danny Johnson here, and today we're looking at the iPhone 12 Pro Max on the left compared to the iPhone 12 Pro on the right. So you can definitely tell a noticeable size difference. And honestly, if you're comparing the phone itself in its overall size, the iPhone 12 Pro actually comes in a little bit smaller than even the 10 and the 11. So we'll look at some specs and everything here. My wife just got the silver one on the right, and she actually kind of felt like it was a little bit too small. So here's a quick look at the two boxes and how they differ. Definitely a size difference if you look at them side by side, which is to be expected. And if you look at the design, it's actually different as well. It kind of looks the same at first, but if you look at it up close, it's different. But anyway, this is kind of the side view here. You can see kind of the main thing is the height is the main difference. And I mean, the width is there too. It's definitely a bigger phone for the Pro Max, but more than anything, it kind of looks more like a longer phone than anything. So here's another shot of them side by side, just so you can kind of look at them. And the camera cluster on the Pro Max is definitely, it looks a little bit bigger, and I don't know if it's just that the cameras are spaced out a little more or what, but definitely a difference there. The overall thickness is the same, and everything like that. So here's just a nice little look of kind of what they look like. They resemble the iPhone 4 in design, which I really liked. They're both pretty easy to pick up that way. And at the bottom, they're the same. There's no headphone jack, which is normal now for the iPhones. It's just the speaker and the microphone, and then the lightning port at the bottom. And so otherwise, they look pretty similar. And here's, again, kind of a side-by-side comparison, since that's kind of what people want to see. And I'm even going to stack them on top of each other here, and that way you can kind of get a better idea of just how much bigger the Pro Max is. As you see, it's just kind of a little bit here on the edge, but mainly it's more of a taller phone if you look at it. So it all makes a difference when you're holding it. And what I found with my Pro Max is as soon as you put a case on it, it's too big, where the iPhone 12 Pro, it's almost like you need to put a case on it just so that it's big enough to fit in your hand. That's all subjective, of course, but that was just my opinion on it and kind of my thoughts. So flipping them back over here, this is, again, kind of what they look like side by side. These are different colors, but you can kind of get an idea. Now, as for the thickness of them both coming in about the same, one difference, the camera does appear to come out a little bit more on the 12 Pro Max. And tell me what you guys think, if it's just me or not, but it does appear to be a little bit bigger on the Pro Max and definitely stick out a little bit thicker. As for typing impressions, definitely both of these phones are almost a little bit too big for one-handed. The 12 obviously is a lot easier to handle, but if you kind of keep all your typing and everything towards the bottom of the screen, it's not too bad, and that's why the keyboard's placed so far down. But whenever you have to reach up to hit a search function or something, then you can really kind of get the feel that it's a tall phone. And so you can see my thumb does almost reach to the top, but it's going to take some teeter-tottering. It's going to take some repositioning of your fingers to actually get it to what you need done on it. As for this one, it is pretty much almost, it's a two-handed phone. You need to stabilize it with one while you type with the other. And overall, however, I do enjoy the size of this phone when it comes to actually using it. It's much better than the smaller one. Yeah, it's just a bigger display, and you know, it was the difference of me going from my iPhone 4 to the 6 is the same feeling that I get. And so I'm happy with mine. Out of the two of them, I definitely would take the Pro Max, and that might be my opinion and my preference. And you know, my hands are bigger than my wife's hands, obviously, so it's all in perspective. You might want to go into a store and hold both of them in your hand and just kind of get an idea compared to you know, if it's too big or not. But as for me, I really think that the Pro Max is the way to go. And like I said, my wife was at first almost a little disappointed, thinking that the phone was a little too small. It almost came off more like the iPhone 6, and she had gone from the 6 to the 10, so she went up a little bit in size. But I had just gone from the 6 straight to this, so bigger was better, and I took it. But anyway, as for typing, it's easy to hold it this way as a smaller phone, and when you turn it sideways, I'd say the 12 Pro, the smaller one, is just about right on its size. You can still have the whole keyboard accessible with plenty of room where your thumbs could actually overlap each other if you wanted to. And so typing on this one is actually probably a little bit easier as far as sideways goes, where the 12 Pro Max is almost a little too big sideways. And with the 12 Pro Max, you have this section on the left. It's basically so big, they said, let's give you a little option here for scrolling and finding other contacts or things like that. And so as you can see, there's plenty of room for typing and for other activities. And so again, the zoom on the camera, you get a little bit more on the Pro Max, which can be a little bit of a difference, I guess. I can give you guys a side-by-side comparison here. And I'll show you these videotaped one by one, standing at the same from the view of the phone to show you how far they zoom. Okay, so what I'm doing here is I'm zooming in on my Pro Max, okay? And so as you can see, with digital, it'll go up to 7x. Okay, so if it's 1x difference, we'll go down to 6x here for the other. And as I go back between these two, that's the difference that you're going to see between the two phones. It's really minuscule. Okay, and here's a zoom in on the 12 Pro. Okay, you can see it goes to 6x, and so that's what you look at. You're seeing mouth and eyes basically from the same distance. With the 12 Pro Max, you're going to get one more x out of it. You're going to 7x, and so as you can see, you're kind of right at the eyes and the very bottom of the nose. So just a little bit in, a little bit more. So it's really not that big of a difference, but it is a difference. It just depends on what's important to you. Okay, in photo mode on the 12 Pro Max, you can go up to 12x, so you're seeing pretty much right around the eye there is kind of as far in as it goes. That's what the detail looks like. Okay, and then here it is on the 12 Pro going to 10x, so you can see you got the mouth exposed a little more, so just a little bit more zoomed out, but not terribly a huge difference. Okay, so now what I've done is I've taken the 12 Pro and I've zoomed in all the way 6x, and I'm following the block wall one line down just to kind of give you an idea of stability here. And so I'm just going from side to side, and I can do the same thing with the 12 Pro Max since it's supposed to have a little bit better stability. This really is not bad for being zoomed in and going along the line there and just me being human. Okay, and then to be fair, I only zoomed into 6x on the Pro Max because the more you zoom in, the more shaky it will be. And so there might be a slight difference here in stability for the Pro Max. I think it's a little bit more stable, as they claim, with the, a little bit difference there in the stability of the camera, and the sensor behind the camera, rather. But both are really good. So if one of these phones is better for you than the other just due to the size or something that makes one better, then I'd just take it. If you like the better battery like I do, and a few different, you want it the best it can absolutely be, then get the Pro Max. But either way, they both have the same amount of apps that you can fit on the screen. The app size is slightly bigger on the Pro Max, and so if you look at the actual icons, they are a little bit bigger. It's kind of hard to tell, but they are bigger. And so ultimately, you do have a bigger screen on the Pro Max, and I really enjoy it. Out of handling both of these phones side by side, I'd take the Pro Max every time, but that's just my opinion. Maybe to you, it's more worth it to have a phone that fits into your back pocket, and I'm okay with it, being in my front pocket. So anyway, just wanted to show you that. I put mine in a nice case here. That really helps with the fingerprints. Clean it first and then put it in the case. I'm going to show you here on the 12 Pro, which is, they're both stainless steel, but this is the silver trim instead of the Pacific blue trim in color. But you can definitely tell a difference with smudging. You totally see fingerprints on these like crazy, especially when it has the, stainless silver look to it rather than the stainless Pacific blue. But I mean, you see them on each model for sure, just a little bit more on the silver. And so that's just something that you're going to have to deal with. The back is really nice with the double pane or the double etched glass. You don't really have fingerprints except for right on the Apple logo. But it's nice on the back, at least it doesn't smudge a lot. So anyway, that's a quick review. Check out my videos on the other videos for unboxing and, battery replacement and screen protector install, all that kind of stuff. I have a link in the video description that I'll put. And if you're new to the channel, feel free to subscribe. And thanks for watching.